you doing? I'm basically going to get a hyperlapse right now, and I thought, why not make a video and teach you guys and explain to you guys what hyperlapse is, and then show you how to do it, and then show you the results that I get today. So that's what we're going to do. So what is a hyperlapse? A hyperlapse is basically a time lapse, and it's just a series of photos in an order that you put together in Premiere Pro, and it creates that time lapse, but it's a lot smoother. So normally with a time lapse you would set up record, leave it for 2 hours, and then you'd come back, speed up the footage, done. But that can look quite choppy sometimes, and I don't know, it can look good, but a hyperlapse is a little bit more work, but it looks so much better. You can just, there's so much more detail, and it's just so much smoother as the process goes. So there's 3 ways you can do it. You can either set up a tripod on like a landscape or a sunset or something and do it that way, where it just takes pictures on the tripod and just gets the landscape moving, and then you put them all together later. Or you can do the way where it's a little bit longer, but you find a subject. So let's say there's a castle at the end of a road. You stand at the beginning of the road where you want the frame to start. You look up, you take a picture, you take 1 step forward, you look up again, you take a picture, you take 1 step forward, you look up, take the picture. It looks really cool, it looks really smooth, but that takes a lot of time, and it's quite cold, and I don't feel like doing that. But the third way of doing it, which I've just found out quite recently, is with the drone. So obviously I've got this new drone, the Mini 3 Pro, and there's a hyperlapse mode in the drone where basically you can set waypoints. So I can set the starting location, and then I can fly to the next location where I want it to get to, press it there, and then I can go to the next location, press it there, and then and then I can go to the end position and press it there, and then the drone will then fly up. It'll fly back to the original first location that you set, and then you press go, and it will just go through and take, I think it depends on how many points you've set, but around 600 to 1,000 photos. It will take them on its own, and it will fly a little bit forward, take the photo, a little bit forward, take the photo. All you need to do is just sit there and wait. Obviously keep an eye on the drone just in case anything happens. And then the drone will literally put the photos in the hyperlapse for you as well. You don't need to edit any photos or anything. It will put it into the hyperlapse for you. It will save to the controller, and then you can just take it home and then post it. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So yeah, that's basically it. We've got the drone here. I'm probably so overexposed, I'm sorry, but I can't be asked to change the settings. Yeah, we've got the Mini 3 Pro. We've got an ND filter on it. It's ND32 I've put on it because it's quite bright outside. So let's set this thing up, let's take it up, and I'll show you how to do it. Right, so I'll show you the settings quickly right now. I can't screen record it on the controller because I don't have an SD card in it, but I'll just record it at home now. So as you can see, I've got the white balance turned up a little bit, and then if I go over to my settings, I'm in Pro. I've got an ND filter on, quite a dark one, but I can expose the photo later. And then basically I'm going to go over to the record button up here, just above it. I'm going to switch it to photo mode, and then as you can see it says hyperlapse. Sorry, there's cars flying by. I go into hyperlapse, and then on there is the waypoint settings, and then there's 4 boxes. So you just go to the first location, you press that box, that will save it as the first location. You then move to the next one, you press that box, and it will save that to the next location as well. Okay, the drone is up. It's very windy, so I don't know how well this is going to turn out, but it should be fine. Right, I'm going to head over. It's very windy, so this might be really shit. You can hear the fans going crazy. But it's not going to be the craziest shot. I just wanted to show an example. So I'm switching it now into photo mode, and then I'm going to scroll down. There is going to be hyperlapse. So when I press that, skip this advert always comes up, fuck off. And then you basically want to go down to waypoint, and then that makes you be able to set the waypoint. So if I go down, I can set a waypoint. So I'll move the drone further back this way, just because I don't want to go too close there. So I'm going to start from here. I'm going to start up a little bit as well. This is really going to test the drone because it's so windy right now. I set a waypoint. I click this first one. I set the waypoint, and then I move closer. God, it's so... I'm right next to a road. And then I move closer. Set the second waypoint, and then I can move even closer to take the third waypoint. I'm going to come out of here now, and I'm going to press go. And then when I press go, the drone's going to head to the first location, which it is doing right now. I'll show you. Right, so the drone is in position now. I don't know if you can see it. It's quite far away. No, you're not going to be able to see that. But basically, it's taking the photo one at a time. So it's gone to the start location that I chose. It's taking the first photo. It's moving a tiny inch forward. Taking the second photo. It's going to take 125 photos in total. It's only a small hyperlapse. I just wanted to give a quick example. So it's doing this. And then, yeah, we'll see the results afterwards. You can see just here, it's just above us now. You see that little speck there?
Is that the Grim Reaper?
The good thing about this as well is you can just sit in the car. So I'm sat in the car now, I can see the drone up there, and it's just here. I don't know if you can see the shot, but it's just here. It's taking the photos of the little mini castle that I found. But there is, oh fuck. Yeah, there's a, hold on. Fucking hell, there's a massive like eagle thing trying to fly at the drone. Hold on, I'm gonna have to land it because if that thing fucking hits the drone. Fucking hell, man. That is the first time that's happened. I just had to land the drone and then wait for the bird to go and send it back up. Basically, I'll show you a video now. I quickly press record as I was landing to see if I could catch the bird. There's just basically this, I don't know what you'd call it, a red kite, a big fucking eagle thing, like hovering right above my drone, and that thing could snap my fucking drone up within seconds because it was huge. So I've brought it back down. It's flew away now, so I'm just gonna try. I've sent it back up again. Is that it flying back round? Okay, no, yeah, that's a seagull. But it was fucking huge. It was just flying around my drone. I was like, fuck off. So I've sent the drone back up, and I'm gonna try it again, and hopefully it doesn't get fucking taken up by some massive cunt bird. Okay, it's done. It's just creating the video, and then I'm gonna bring the drone back. Okay, the drone's down. Right, so I'll put the hyperlapse on the screen now, so just have a look at that. That is honestly the shittest thing I've ever seen. I did not check that before I left. I just got in the car and I was like, yeah, I'll be fine. That's the shittest thing I've ever seen. That is not a good example. Here's a good example of one I did last week. So that's what it's supposed to look like. This is a fucking pile of shit. That's embarrassing. Oh well, I just needed to say that because I can't let you watch the whole video, and that's the thing that it leads up to. Anyway. Right, we are done. Short and sweet. I just thought it'd make sense to make a tutorial while I was actually doing the hyperlapse. So hopefully you now know how to do one, and if you've wanted to do one, go and do it. Find a nice place that's not too crowded and not too like residential. Try and find somewhere nice and quiet so you've got time to keep the drone hovering and stuff, because if you're in a public place, people might just stare at the drone and be like, why is that just sat there hovering? So I tend to find somewhere a bit quieter so you can practice. Go even practice on like a tree or something. It all works the same. So yeah, I'm gonna end it there. So you now know how to do hyperlapses, so go shoot your own. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I am going to come back to this location this week and get a long exposure over on that train track, because that is just too good not to. I've got a tripod coming tonight. I'm going to go scout the location now, so that video will be out this week, so keep an eye out for that. And yeah, that's it. So see you in a bit.